So we're back out at the 64 this morning. It's the next day, and we're gonna try our hand at wet sanding the truck. You ever wet sand a vehicle after paint before, Faith?
Nope.
Nah, me neither. Yeah, first time for me too. I watched a YouTube video on it once, maybe a year ago or so, and I don't know, man. So we're out here. You can see just how dull that looks. I don't know if it shows up on the GoPro. This is nice and shiny, and that is dulled right out. We're using 1000 grit. I think we might come in here and try to smooth it out a little bit more. So we got, you can kind of see that for a sec?
Sure.
You kind of see how it's not quite smooth yet. You can see all these ridges in there. That kind of shows you we're not, you know, they probably didn't block this ahead of time. I'd say for sure they didn't. I think maybe we'll hit it a little bit more with the sandpaper. Maybe we'll step it up a notch too. Like, look at this. Doesn't look great. How are we doing over here? See, on the hood, I hit it with some 400 grit. What do you call it? Like this heavy cut compound. So it looks like somebody had already tried to wet sand it and didn't turn out very good. In fact, if you look on this side, you can, I don't know if the GoPro will pick up the scratches. They're pretty fine scratches, but believe me, with the naked eye, I can see them. And over here, not so much. This turned out pretty good. So my thought was to continue the wet sanding. Although neither of us have ever wet sanded anything.
No, we haven't.
Hope we're not making a mistake here. But we're going to continue wet sanding this. And then I got this guy here as my little Amazon dude. And Faith has her little buddy over there. Gonna hold that guy up.
Sure.
Oh, she's a little confused here. Oh, that's Took. Yeah, there we go. Faith is going to try this little guy. And she's going to get in all the nooks and crannies, and I'll go after the big badness. And we'll see what happens. I think what we're going to do initially is go from the line up, and, you know, that way if we mess it up too much, we got to hire somebody to fix it. We'll do that, I guess. Yeah. So we got some Amazon, I don't know what name that is, 1000 grit. Just got a little spray bottle and using a little elbow grease. We'll try and get back on her here. We'll be right back and we'll let you guys see how she's going. Okay, I got rid of all the high spots. I should say we did. We got rid of all the high spots. No more nibs, no more, you can't feel anything bad in here. It's great. As far as that goes, I don't see any more shine. I imagine that's from, you know, sanding and cutting the clear coat. I'm hoping we still got clear coat here. I don't know. I can't tell. Like this is clear coat. This has got like virtually no shine at all. You can't see any reflection. Where over here you can. Anyway, I'm going to get to my Amazon polisher. I got this 3-in-1 cut, gloss, and wax. I guess that probably means it does nothing great. I'm going to give that a shot, and we'll see what it looks like when we come back. And wish us luck.
We need it.
We do.
And then the heat came on.
Okay, so let me just show you where we're at. So this hood, you know, like I say, somebody had wet sanded that before. And all I did is put a polish on it. It looks pretty good. This side here we wet sanded with 1000 grit and 2500 grit. And then we polished it. We weren't happy, and we went and watched a video. And we realized we weren't putting enough torque on it. So we cranked up the speed and weren't a girl about it. And look how good it turned out compared to this. I don't know if that's showing up on here or not, but this polished out fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to this piece here. and we'll come back and take a look at that. I just wanted to show you the difference between, so this was great to begin with. This is what we did from this. So, and you know, I did have a bunch of nibs and dust and crud and poop and bugs and everything else in here. Now I feel nothing. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little nerve-wracking. Would you agree with that?
Very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking because you know, we're a couple clowns who never did this before. Just bought the truck yesterday, so you know, you feel a little nervous about wrecking it. But yeah, paint wasn't great to begin with. It was new, but it's not great. So I'm gonna continue on and keep buffing away. Hang tight. I really want to show you guys what we ended up with. Like I say, neither of us had ever done this before. It feels fantastic, looks fantastic. It looks no different than the rest of it. I was really concerned that we had burned through the clear coat just because it had gotten so dull and finished, but turns out we didn't. Polished up nice. Turns out I was being a little bit of a little girl with the polisher. I had to go in and really get on it to bring up that shine, and once I did, well, it's just bounced right back. So this is the original clear coat, you know, the shine we had, and this is what we ended up with. And I don't know, I don't see a difference between it, that body line, but looks great. You happy?
I'm happy.
I'm happy too. In fact, I'm gonna go on the other side. I think this is the worst side. So we got this run up there in the clear coat. Can you see that? I've never done anything like that before, so I'm gonna get into that. We got all sorts of trash here. I don't know if you see that there? There's trash there, there's trash here. This is actually a low spot. Don't know if I'll be able to do too much with it. That's trash, that's trash. Some more stuff up here, some more stuff up there. Let's get into the door. That's a low spot. I don't know if I can do anything about it. All sorts of high spots in here. Dust, I assume. Low spot there. More dust, bugs, dirt, debris, cigarette butts, all the rest of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start sanding this, wet sanding it from here back. And we'll see if we can make this side look as good as the first side. I don't want to make this video too boring with all of this, but we'll just do these two sections for the video, and then we'll finish the rest of the truck on our own. Okay, so here you can see the difference between the wet sanded and the, you know, this is still clear coated. We haven't touched the hood yet. This is dulled right out. Kind of came up onto here, and across the top of the door as well. I got some 400 grit cutting compound. I'm just going to go over everything real quick here with that, and then I'm going to go into trying to put a polish on.
Did you lose stuff?
3-inch polisher off Amazon. It's kind of nice to be able to get around this stuff. I think I still have to use the other one as well. But I'll just get started on with this little guy in around the doorknob. Now I'm going to move on to the hood. So this is actually the spot I initially polished, but all I did was kind of hit it with that compound, the cutting compound, and then I hit it with the polish, and I was pretty happy with it. Got rid of a lot of the scratches. I don't know if any of these scratches will show up on the GoPro, but there are a lot of scratches in this paint. Somebody initially tried to do a cut and polish, maybe like wet sand it, and all they did was they got this cross hatch kind of sanding in there. The sanding marks are showing terribly. It really detracts from the truck. Now at even 5 feet, this truck looks amazing, and if I could keep people at a distance, I probably wouldn't do anything. But yeah, I think I'm going to do the entire truck. I'm very happy with the way this turned out, because I run my hand along here and I still feel all these nibs and stuff. Like there, you can probably see some. Try and catch it in the light there. Like I can feel that big time when I run my hand across it. So I'm going to carry on, and this is done. This is done. I'm going to do the hood next. I don't know how far I'm going to get. It's a pretty slow process. But I'm going to start using a sander now. I was doing it all by hand. I hope I don't regret that. Okay, so I've been out here sanding on this hood. Started with 1,000 grit, then bumped up to 2,500 grit. Pretty happy with how it looks. You can see the shine from the stuff next to it compared to this. So the clear coat has been taken down. Hopefully we haven't gone through anywhere. I don't think so, but I've never done anything like this before. And here you can see over here, same thing. This is old, this is new, old, new, old, new. So this is sanded, none of this is. This is all been polished. I am going to go ahead and just get after this. I know yesterday I had already hit this once, but I didn't sand it. So today I decided to actually sand it and see if we can't make it look a little more like this and this. Because I'm very happy with the results on this. What about you?
I am. We've got this.
All right. So let me grab a polisher and we'll get after it. Okay, so going back with the sander. Wow, it looks really great. With the exception of here and there, I got a little track from the sander itself. I don't know if it shows up, but you know that little, big line of C's? I got a couple of those here and there. I don't know how much further I want to go, because you really got to lay down to see them. They're not popping out at you. I don't think, anyway. So I think I'm going to call this good here. And now, the way it looks here that I was so happy with, and now looks like that here. Like I say, the exception of a couple of those marks. Maybe I'll give it one more go. I'll run one more time down here. And if they don't disappear, that's okay. Then I'll move on to the next step. All right. maybe I'll just ignore this part of the video. Unless, of course, that's the best that the section ever looks. If I ruin it now, you'll know about it. Well, what do you know? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. That worked. I got rid of it. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty stressful. Probably took 10 years off my life. Just kind of leaning on that polisher while I'm doing this. I could feel it heating up, and it's still warm to the touch, like real warm. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, but I did it, and it did get rid of all the imperfections from the sander. I'm going to have the same issue on this panel, I'm sure. So right now, just this is done. This is not, and that's done yesterday with the scratches. So I guess I'm just going to get into it. I don't know. What do they say? The Lord looks out for idiots and dummies? I don't know. Someone's looking out for me. That's all I can tell you, because I don't know what I'm doing. See that face? Yeah. Where am I here? See that? So this is what happens. That is like super hot to the touch. This is what happens when it gets hot. And then you lean on that, and then it just folds the paint up. That sucks. It's going pretty good too. You see the rest of it. So we'll have to fix that, I guess. I don't know. That sucks. Well, that's where we're at anyway. All right. Let's just carry on. Let's fix that. Okay. Okay, so I repaired it, feathered it out. I don't really care for the paint match. That's not going to blend at all. Not to mention this. I don't know what's going on. Some sort of a reaction between my paint and everywhere that the filler is. So I tried the primer first, and it reacted with the filler. Now I tried I said, screw the primer. Let me just try the paint right on there, and that did the same thing. So that aside, I'm not a real big fan of this color match anyway. So I think I'm just going to remove the hood and send it off to a body shop and let somebody else. A lot of these scratches I haven't been able to successfully remove anyway. So, well, to be honest, I could have lived with the hood the way it was had I not burned through. Well, let's do it the right way anyway, and we'll just get this hood reshot completely and color matched, and it'll be fine. We'll do that, and we'll reconvene on the next project on this truck. It's still got a bunch of things left to do.